Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I just have a quick project share. If you watched my last two videos, my last two AliExpress haul videos, I mentioned that I was going to use the dies that I hauled and create some projects out of them so that you can see what they look like because I hadn't cut them out. And I think this is what I'm going to be doing going forward because this was so fun for me because I kind of challenged myself. I decided I would not use any other dies except for the ones that I shared with you in those last two videos to create these projects. So I was kind of limited as to what I can use because I couldn't use any more dies in my stash. So this, like I said, was super fun because it was something that I challenged myself and I love the way everything turned out. So I'll quickly show you the dies that I did haul and use for these projects. So the first one is the present die. So quickly before I move on, I will explain these because I did mention that these ones have some dies like these ones here. And so I figured out what they do. So the inside frame cuts out the entire shape, whereas the outside frame doesn't cut the bottom, it only gives you a folded line, and they did that deliberately so that you can determine how much space you want to leave to create a folded album. They have a great detailed video on their website to show you what I'm talking about. As for these type of dies, so if you use this one here on one of the pages, and this is a binding style, it will only cut out the holes. So this piece here will cut out the entire thing. So if you wanted to cover those holes with another piece of paper, I guess it's for more reinforcement than anything, because you know there's gonna be like binder rings or ribbon or something, and it's just to give it a little bit more stability, I would think. So those, I figured out, is what those dies are used for. Next is the gift card holder die in the shape of a mug. Unfortunately, this one is sold out, but I will keep my eye out and see if anybody else sells it or if the seller decides to restock it. And then I have the banner dies, the kisses word, the perfume bottle, the double heart bag topper, the high heel shaker, and the heart rosette die. And I did create a heart rosette out of this die. This is my first go. As you can see, it is a very large heart rosette, and this is created using 2-inch paper strip. As you can see, this was my first try at it, so it's not perfect, and because if I had, you know, pushed it together, it would have distorted the shape of the heart. So I kind of just left the middle a little bit open so that it can be a little bit more normal looking. It's a lot bigger than the heart rosettes that I create using another border die, and I think I prefer that one personally. It's just a matter of preference, but again, it could be because of the way that I cut the die out. And then I used this window die, and then finally I have the happy birthday die. This is an absolutely gorgeous die. But I will warn you, it is not very good. It is so difficult to cut out. I had to run it through my machine like 8 times so that it would pop out perfectly, because if I try to pick out the little pieces myself and they're not fully cut out, I could probably rip it because it's a very delicate die. But it is, once cut out, an absolutely beautiful, gorgeous die. But it is difficult, so I just wanted to give you that warning in case you do decide to get this. So here's my first project. This is the gift card holder, and like I said, it is sold out, but I will keep my eye out for it. So I cut it out of a purple paper, and then I cut the top using some brown paper, you know, to show like coffee or hot chocolate. And then I have one of the banners in silver foil under everything. Here is that heart rosette I cut out using some of this heart paper. You can see the little hearts on the sides, which I think is super cute. And then I used one of the hearts from the bag topper die for the center, and I distressed it using some ink. I did layer on some of this star tool that I did previously haul. Here is the perfume bottle. So I cut it out of this sparkly blue glitter paper, and I did paper piece this a little bit. I used some silver foil paper for the top and some white cardstock for the poof. I distressed it with some pink ink. I also used the little heart that came with that die to create almost like the label for the perfume bottle. Here is that happy birthday die. Like I said, it's an absolutely gorgeous die once cut out, but it's a great size. It's not too big. It's absolutely perfect. I cut it out using this kind of holographic paper. And that's a gift bag, so you know it's not very thick, and I had to run this through my machine 8 times to cut it out. So really, really pretty. Just a bit finicky. And then for the embellishments, I all hauled in the last 2 videos this gold bow and this pink heart applique, the felt heart, or not heart, felt ice cream, and the crystal heart here that I'm using to cover an oopsie. I probably wouldn't normally put one there, but I wanted to cover the little mistake that I made. So I thought it turned out super cute. Here is the inside. So for the paper, I used the same paper I used for the rosette just to keep it kind of consistent. And this one has the stitching on the side and the little slits for the gift card, which just slips in like so. So it's super cute. Like I said, I will keep my eye out and hopefully it will be available for purchase again. Next, out of the present die, I created a shaker. And I made a very girly, kind of glam. It's one of my favorite themes. I used some foam and some paper that I got at Michael's for the border. The inside paper comes from Pink Passport. It's the one with the lips. And then here is that pump that pops out when you cut out the high heel shaker. I decided to not create a shaker, but use the pump that pops out because I didn't mention it in the last video. Here's that Kisses die, and this cuts out absolutely beautifully. Had no issues with that. The embellishments all were hauled in the previous 2 videos. The gold edged black bow and the pearl 5. And this is one of the roses that come from the rose trim that I previously hauled, as well as these crystal hearts. Everything was hauled from AliExpress in the last 2 videos except for this sticker, which comes from Hobby Lobby. And I just thought it needed something in the corner there. So initially I wanted to make this into a memory dex, but like I said, I was only using dies that I shared with you, so I couldn't use my memory dex edge die or a memory dex card die. So I just created a shaker, and this could easily just be popped onto a memory dex. So for the window die, I decided to create this cute birthday card, and this was really fun because I didn't realize until I cut it out that the shutters actually open. So it's almost like, you know, like an animated card, if you will. It's so cute. So I used some pink cardstock for the base, and then I layered on this pattern paper here, which actually is a Valentine paper from Michael's from a couple of years ago. Doesn't scream Valentine's because it's, you know, there's teal, and you don't see a whole lot of hearts because they're quite big. I did layer on some more of that star tool. And the heart appliques I previously hauled. The resin bows I have not hauled yet, but I will. As the flowers also were not hauled, but I thought the card needed some flowers. This one comes from Your Dollar Store with More. This one and this one come from eBay. This one comes from AliExpress. As for the window and the shutters, I decided to cut it out of this brown cardstock and then create some freehand curtains out of this pink polka dot paper, and then I used some of these satin bows that I hauled previously. I did back it up because keep that in mind, when you cut it out, everything is cut out, so unless you want to show the background paper, you will need to back it up with some different cardstock. And then here I wanted to show you guys a different way of using the happy birthday die. So obviously this is the original way that it cuts out, just that one piece. But that didn't fit onto this card, so what I decided to do is I cut it apart and put it across like this. So it's just another way that you can use this die. And again, perfect size, so pretty. For the focal point, I did decide to use the Greeting Farm stamp because she's holding a pie, and you know that thing where people cool their pies on the windowsill after baking them. Does that really happen? Because I live in the city and I've never seen that. But I did decide to use her because she is holding that pie, and I thought she was so cute. And I think it's so cute because you can put it in the card, you know, almost like you can actually even hide like a message or an image here, because you can close this up, maybe use some ribbon or something to keep it shut, and you can put it into the envelope this way so that when they open it, it'd be like a little surprise. You know, you just need to cover up the entire thing, not like me where I have the curtains drawn, but if you have like a full-on cover, then you can hide whatever is inside, which I thought was super cute. Like, I can imagine doing that for Halloween, you know, and have like a little ghost pop out or something. So yeah, this I thought was super cute. Isn't it cute? I love it. So those were the projects that I created out of the dies that I shared. I just wanted to use this opportunity to also share the card that I made for my mom for Mother's Day. This isn't part of the challenge. This is going to be stuff that I used in my stash, but I just didn't want to do a separate video, you know? So as you guys know, today is Mother's Day, and I haven't seen my mom in the past few weeks, and I don't know if I'm going to be seeing her, you know, until everything goes back to normal, so it might be a while. And I want to create a card for her for today because I've created cards for her friends, but I've never created one for her. So I had to create one this year. I did create the envelope using my We Are Memory Keepers envelope punch board, and I used one of the papers from a Michael's paper pad, you know, that's kind of frameable but not quite usable because the design is so large and just kind of on the sides, but it's perfect for envelopes because you can see the pattern is all on the back, and then the front is quite bare so that you can put a label and write the name of your recipient. And then I just fussy cut out one of the polka doodle fairies because she's so cute and it fits the theme of the card, and I'll show you what I mean. And I just put her in the corner there because it was a little bare, so I wanted to, you know, put something. And then I used some Velcro to keep it shut. So here is the card that I created. I started with some more of that glitter paper that I used for the perfume bottle because she loves blue and she loves glitter. She loves sparkle. So I layered on this pearlescent purple paper that I embossed using an embossing folder. I did hand sew the sides with some gold thread. And this lacy heart is a die I had in my stash. I just distressed it with some pink ink. And these satin bows I did previously haul. The bling in the center comes from Dollarama. So I had this sticker that I got from a sticker sheet that I got from a local dollar store. And they're all about moms, which I thought was amazing. They're kind of like that thin chipboard as well, so they're really nice quality. And I bought that sticker sheet for the purpose of creating a card for her. I cut out some butterflies using this holographic paper because she loves butterflies and she loves holographic paper. I used some bling for the center for the bodies. I also cut the little butterflies, including the one that she's holding, out of the same paper. For the girl, she's so cute. So she is the same girl as the one that's standing that I've used in previous projects, except she's sitting on a log, which you can't see because I covered it all up. But the nice thing about her is that she's facing to the left, whereas the one that's standing up is facing to the right. So if you have both dies and you have both versions, which I thought was really cool because then that can determine, you know, which girl you want to use for your project. So I cut her hair out of black cardstock and used some bling for her braid. I cut out her dress out of this floral paper I got from Michael's. and cut her belt out of pink cardstock. Here is a cluster of flowers. So I kind of wanted to make it look like wildflowers, if you will, because, you know, she's sitting on a log, so she's outside. All these flowers came from eBay, and I stickled every single one of them because, like I said, she loves sparkle. I included one of these birdcage charms and then some stamen, both from AliExpress. So that's the outside. For the inside, oh, actually, one thing, I also included a candy charm. I thought it was cute. I'm not sure if I actually like it. I was looking back like, maybe I prefer without, but you know, now it's too late. So I hope she likes it. And for the inside, I use the same paper that I used for the dress, for the layering piece, and then I just cut out this frame using a die I had in my stash. I didn't have any stamps or anything that says Happy Mother's Day, so I kind of had to freehand it, which not super happy about. But I do like that I was able to put it in on the top, because you know how commercial cards have the message right in the center, so it makes it difficult to write your message. So I put it on the top so everybody can write the message underneath. And then I just use another one of these glitter hearts that I've used in previous projects. So that's the card that I created for my mom. I hope she likes it. And that was the projects that I had for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know which one you liked the most, if any, and leave the comment down below. I'd love to know what you guys think. And as always, please stay safe and please stay healthy. Until my next video, have an awesome day. I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.